Sir, open up. We just the easy way or the hard way. Open up.
Hey viewers, welcome back to Andy's Garage. Hey, got a little different video out here today that I'm going to do. Normally, I'm in the garage normally, but today I'm out here at our campsite that we just recently signed a lease on. In a previous video, I know you guys saw this old trailer here. Part of the lease agreement is we got to get this thing tore out of here. Well, we're at the point now to where we can just knock down these exterior walls and let this roof collapse down, and then start getting the rest of that hauled away. But today's video, I'm gonna actually be getting our power panel installed. These are set up for campers, you know, for 50 amp, 30 amp. If you look them up, you'll see them called, you'll see it listed under like RVs and campers, and sometimes it'll be referred to as a temporary power box. But this is what it looks like. So it's got the connection for 50 amp, 30 amp, and then 20 amp. And of course, obviously, it's got the array of breakers. And this is what she looks like. We've got the hub and then the conduit here. It's an 1.25 inch hub on this for this one, because that's what's coming out of the meter right now. So I got the power company coming tomorrow to activate the meter, but they're gonna have to run an extra wire for me here, because this wire coming in and out of the electric meter is too short. It's not going to make any connections inside my panel, so they're going to go ahead and run all new wire out of the bottom of this electric meter. So anyway, that's the video that I'm going to be doing today. So I'm going to get some tools out, take the cover off of that panel here. I'll show you real quick. Open that up. I'm going to take this screw and this screw out, and that'll open up the panel for all the connections inside here on the. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. I got the threaded female connector down here at the bottom of the meter. Now what I'm going to do is this little piece of I keep saying quarter, 1.25 inch PVC conduit. I just got to clean it with the PVC cleaner here, and then I'll put some glue on her and put it together. And I've already threaded the male fitting into the hub already, and like I said, I just gotta clean this and glue it and shove it up in there. And then in the process, I will, after that, we got a hole right here for the screw, and then I'll get that screw in there to at least hold the top, and then I'll take this bottom section out, and I'm gonna have to drill a hole in the bottom in order to oh yeah, that's always good. I have to drill a hole in the bottom here in this area here for a screw there to secure it to the bottom. Anyway, I'm gonna do that, and I will be right back. Hey viewers, this is what it looks like when it's mounted to the pole. As you can see, I got a screw there, and then I took this apart down here in order to drill a hole and put a screw here. And what I used are these construction lag screws. This one's a 2 inch, and it takes a T30 bit, and these things work great. Now, they are pricey, in my opinion. They are pretty pricey, but they do a great job. I use these at work when I had to hang some Promethean boards, which basically is just a big touchscreen interactive television at work. I use these in the classrooms that had plaster walls with wood studs behind them. The other classrooms, obviously, they had cinder block. I used Tapcons, but in the rooms that had the wooden studs, I used these. And man, these things bit, and they bit hard. And as you can see, like I said, with the big head on them, you know, you get a lot of bite on that surface when you screw it in. And one thing I need to do to finish this up is I've got to bond this neutral bar so to the screw here. And when I was talking about the wiring earlier, see, this wire is just too short. It's not, obviously not long enough to make it here, here, and here. So when they come to activate the meter tomorrow, I've got some wiring over here on the ground over here. It came out of the conduit from here down to the ground. And actually, these ding-dongs that did that, they only ran the conduit just to the ground surface. And then after that, they just buried the cable in the dirt, which is stupid. If you ever run, especially high voltage cable, and you're going to run that underground, put it in conduit. PVC conduit is cheap, super cheap. Put it in conduit, because you don't want somebody to come by later on and just, this is just a few inches under the surface. I mean, you're talking just somebody coming in here and tilling it up to plant grass seed or something like that, and bam, you hit that wire and somebody's getting electrocuted. Don't be a cheapskate. Put it in conduit. It's not that expensive. But anyway, I said I just got to bond this now. And actually, the panel that was inside the trailer, I've got on the other side there, it's got a bonding bracket in it, which it should not. That panel was actually wired wrong in that house, because the panel that was outside here, this one here, is the only one. As you can see, it's, you got the bonding screws there. So as you can see, that's bonded, and that's proper, because that's the first disconnect in line. The one that was actually inside the trailer over here, I'll just walk over here and show you. See, they've got this one bonded here, and that's wrong, because that is considered a sub panel, and sub panels are not to be bonded like that. So whoever put that in didn't know what they were doing. So if you're unsure, don't be afraid to ask. I know a lot of guys are afraid to ask questions. I run into things with, you know, household stuff, you know, at home, running stuff for cars, and I know people who know a whole lot more than I do, and whenever I run into trouble, I can't figure something out or whatever, I ask them. Don't be afraid to ask, because especially with electrical, you don't want somebody getting electrocuted. So anyway, I'm going to take that bonding strap out and then put it in that other one. So I'll be right back. Hey viewers, all right, yeah, I got that bonding strap put in now. It's not copper. When I talked to the power company this morning, I meant to ask if they required a copper one or not, because everybody has different codes. This one's a silver. So anyway, if they require a copper one, like I said, I'll just go to the hardware store and put a copper one in. But anyway, that's pretty much it for right now. Just got to wait for power company to turn this meter back on. And so I'm just going to go ahead and put this panel back together and wait till the morning. I'm supposed to be out here at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning to activate this meter. It's not a smart one, so they can't do it remotely, which is fine anyway, because I got to have them run that wire from the bottom of the electric meter. It's not hard to do, pulling the meter. Years ago, when I had to upgrade my house, my main panel in my house, years ago at my old house, I pulled a meter to run a new wire, because I had to run all the way from outside all the way inside the house, because it was an old house that I was in, and it was like, I think it was only like it was under 100 amp. I can't remember what it was, 60 or 70, something like that. Anyway, when I upgraded everything in there, had to run new wire, and I just pulled the meter. Power companies don't like that. They don't like that. And it can be dangerous if you're not careful. But power companies, especially, they don't like you messing around with the meters. And I don't blame them, but it was one of those situations where I wasn't going to have them come and pull my meter, and then I got to run the wiring from the meter into the house, into the new panel, connect it to the new panel, and then have to call them back the next day to schedule them to come back out and put the meter back in, because you're talking 4 days, because by the time you call them, you schedule it for the next day, so there's 2 days right there. And then once I get it done, which would obviously be that following day, you're on day 3, and then I'm calling them to schedule for the next day, and you got 4 days there, and I wasn't gonna be without power for 4 days. So I just pulled the meter myself at that time and took care of all that. But anyway, this meter here, the conduit is pretty rusty, and I'll show you here something. And this nipple here is rusted really bad into this meter base, and I tried putting a pipe wrench on here, and I put another pipe wrench up here to hold this part of it as I was trying to get this bottom in or out. And yeah, that nipple wasn't going anywhere. I was actually tweaking the whole meter base, and all I kept doing was looking up and watching that conduit. And I was like, yeah, I ain't ripping this thing off the pole, because then I got live wires on the ground. So I thought, I'm gonna play it smart and just call the power company. Again, like I said earlier, you know, if you don't know something or you're not sure of something, just ask. It's better to ask somebody and say, hey, you know, I'm not sure, I don't know, I'm uncomfortable, whatever your excuse may be. It's better to just let somebody else take care of something sometimes, so you don't get yourself or somebody else hurt. But anyway, they're going to be out here in the morning at 9 o'clock to connect this, turn this meter on. And I'm just going to put this back together, and so it's not open and to the elements. And then I'll be back out tomorrow at 9 o'clock waiting for them to show up. So wait, and then I'll continue the video then, and we'll see you then. Hey viewers, yeah, the lineman just left and ran those wires up to the meter for me, and I just got done connecting them. I got obviously the 2 hots, and then we got the neutral there. So yeah, these panels aren't difficult to install. They're pretty simple, you know, basic knowledge. But again, like I said before, comes with things like electrical, and even with gas, when you run gas, same thing. If you're not sure, ask someone, because you don't want to get yourself hurt or somebody else hurt, and you don't want to burn down your house or explosions, things like that, because that stuff happens when people don't do things properly. Anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna head back into town. I'm gonna go ahead and get another 20 amp receptacle to put out here underneath this box. It already has one, but I'm gonna go ahead and add another one out here, as we have like some LED lighting and things like that we use out here and stuff. So but anyway, today is Thursday. It's about 9:30. The lineman was here maybe 45 minutes to do what he needed to do, and then this has got a pole light, and it was already powered on before, you know, he came to do the meter thing. And but yeah, I had him disconnected because, well, for 2 reasons I had him disconnected. Number one, it's campsite. We don't need a big pole light lighting this place up. I mean, you kind of want it somewhat dark out here. And then second reason is it was going to be about $11 a month, even if I want to keep that. And I'm like, nah, I ain't spending that kind of money for a stinking pole light. I'm like, it doesn't even use that much electricity. So, but anyway, I said today's Thursday. I got some other projects at home I'm going to work on. I've got I think it's an 80. It's an early 80. I can't remember if I looked it up. Can't remember if it was an 80 or an 82. It's a John Deere 214. I talked about in the video, my previous video. I got it from the neighbor, and it's got a blade on it, and I want to get that thing back and running again because I'm going to use that to smooth out the rock once we get the rock laid down out here. So, but anyway, I'm going to go home and work on that and see if I can't get that thing running again, and then tomorrow, I think I'm just going to take it easy. I took 2 vacation days. Took a vacation day today and a vacation day tomorrow, and I need to take a little bit of time off. So that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. But Saturday, we're going to be back out here Saturday morning. Got a hold of the father-in-law this morning. We're going to be out here about 9 o'clock Saturday morning, and we're going to drop this sucker. So, and yeah, and I'll record it so we can all watch it together. Anyway, this isn't goodbye. This is see you later, and I'll see you on Saturday.
Is it getting up?
That way give us room between. All right.
She's leaning hard.
You want to move your camera?
No, that's good. Yeah, she's leaning hard now.
We might split right here and work our way up this side a little bit.
All right.
Well, you know what?
Hey, she's really leaning hard now.
Might be better if we work our way up that side. That way that'll come down this way.
I'll start in this corner here.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Maybe.
It might go too.